Hey. What's your name? Dr. Strangelove. Oh, that's really cool. So you're kind of like the Marvel guy, right? No, that's Doctor Strange. I'm Dr. Strangelove. You just said the same thing twice. I'm Fred. Dr. Strangelove. Why do you keep calling me love? Dr. Strangelove. Stop. Dr. Strangelove. If you say Dr. Strangelove, if you call me love one more time. Dr. Strangelove. Okay, that's it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out Doctor Strangelove, a Stanley Kubrick movie, or by the other title, Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. That is a very, very long title, but it's also kind of awesome, and so I'm expecting kind of an awesome movie. I love Stanley Kubrick. Haven't seen too many of his movies. I've seen The Shining, I've seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I've seen the sequel. I think he directed the sequel. I'm pretty sure he passed away before the sequel was made, but I have seen the sequel. I've seen, what was it, like 2010 or something, the year we made contact or something like that. But I'm excited because Stanley Kubrick is a really good director. This movie has very good reviews. It is very well known. It's a movie I've known about for a long time. I've just never been interested, I guess, in watching it, but I am interested in watching it now, obviously, which is why I am watching this film. But yeah, I don't really know what this movie is about. 1964, sort of in the Cold War era, so I'm expecting that this is going to be a Cold War centric movie. Now, I don't know too much about the Cold War. My knowledge, I guess, is not really on the Cold War. I don't have that much information about it, so there might be some things that I get lost in. Hopefully I can follow it though 100% and get kind of all of like the little subtext and stuff, but if I don't, please do not destroy me, because I would like to know more. I just, at the moment, before watching this movie, I don't. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn the light and we can decide what color it should be. Boop. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so the lighting today, I'm pretty sure that this is a black and white movie. At least the poster for it is black and white, so I'm thinking it's a black and white movie, so you won't actually be seeing the lighting. But for me, for my ambiance, for my aesthetic and stuff, I'm going to be going yellow. Or, yeah, I'm going to be going yellow, because I feel like yellow is a very happy color, a pretty carefree color, a color that you don't really worry about. And in this movie, he's going to be learning, or whoever this person is, whoever the I is in this topic, in this sentence, I learned to stop worrying and love the bomb. He's stopping and he's not worrying anymore, so I'm just not going to worry either. Also, all over this is orange. Obviously, you don't really know what colors are. I guess that's more yellow, but see, it's yellow on my app. It's yellow on my app. I guess it's kind of yellow, but it still looks orange. Maybe there is just no yellow setting, or maybe I don't even know what yellow is anymore, but it's supposed to be yellow. And if you'd like to check out more of my reactions, you can head over to my Patreon, where I have uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, as well as early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. There are also 2 exclusive Patreon movies a month that you guys on Patreon get to choose, so thank you so much if you check it out. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, I think I'm gonna Doctor Strange love this movie. I hope you enjoy my reaction, and yeah, let's just get into it. Ooh, was this one of the first times that this ever appeared in a movie? Because this appears at the end of every single movie now.
Leaders that the Soviet Union had been at work on what was darkly hinted to be the ultimate weapon, a doomsday device.
A giant bomb. I wonder how they got these shots. I wonder if they're like models. They're probably models. Also, I have no idea if this movie is like a funny movie, Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. It feels like it's going to be a comedy, like maybe like a dark comedy or a satire or something like that, because of the title. Stanley Kubrick did a lot. He wrote the screenplay, directed, and produced this movie. That was a cool shot, the reveal of him behind the paper.
Very well, now listen to me carefully. The base is being put on condition red. I want this flashed to all sections immediately.
That doesn't sound very good.
Jolly good idea. Keep some men on their toes.
Group Captain, I'm afraid this is not an exercise.
Oh, yeah. This is real stuff.
Shouldn't tell you this, Mandrake, but you're a good officer and you have a right to know.
His name's Jack the Ripper.
I want all privately owned radios to be immediately impounded.
Yes, sir.
They might be used to issue instructions to saboteurs.
Oh, interesting.
And after you've done that, report back to me.
I found who Jack the Ripper was. It's this guy. Boom, solved the case.
The Strategic Air Command maintains a large force of B-52 bombers airborne 24...
Like, this is just a model, I think, on like a blue screen or something. Are those coordinates or something? Well, I mean, coordinates, I guess, are just letters, but... or numbers, but... maybe there's something else, like a code.
Goldie, how many times have I told you guys that I don't want no horsing around on the air?
Ah, this is not horsing around.
Maybe you better get a confirmation from base.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it must be really big if you need confirmation. Is it dropping a bomb? Is that what it is?
Major Kong, message from base confirmed.
Oh.
Well, boys, I reckon this is it.
That's awesome. That's such a good hat.
But I got a pretty fair idea that something doggone important is going on back there. Now I got...
Something very important is going on.
Now let's get this thing on the hump. We got some flying to do.
I like it. In this plane, everyone is the same. I like it. Dude, that kind of gave me chills. The music, his epic speech. So cool. But imagine how it must feel to know you're going to drop a nuclear bomb on someone after you know what it did, like the destruction that it's going to cause.
Well, look, Freddie, he's very tied up at the moment. I'm afraid he can't come to the phone.
He needs to come to the phone.
43rd Bomb Wing on airborne alert. It decoded as wing attack, plan R.
Oh, that's going to get him running out.
The general suggests you call General Ripper, the 843rd base.
I love her. Her telephone voice is so funny.
I tell you what you better do, old buddy. You better give Elmo and Charlie a blast and bump everything up to condition red and stand by.
I love it.
No place, no place.
Oh.
I just thought I might mosey over the war room for a few minutes, see what's doing over there.
He's a little concerned.
First, trust no one, whatever his uniform or rank, unless he is known to you personally. Second,
And even then, don't trust them.
is to be fired upon. Third,
Even like the wombats.
if in doubt,
You think they have wombat spies? I mean, that would be kind of smart.
and you have never given me anything less than that. Today, the nation is counting on you.
That's a radio. You're not allowed to have that. I'm gonna tell you right now, this movie doesn't feel like a comedy. It feels pretty serious. Especially this moment right now. Okay, but the music's actually making this scene so epic.
Code prefix set.
Check all the destruct circuits.
Auto destruct circuits. Check.
Auto destruct? No, thank you. I would be like, nope, not doing that.
A nuclear device will be used if first malfunctions. Otherwise, proceed to secondary target.
They have two nuclear bombs.
Mandrake,
Yes, sir.
I thought I issued instructions for all radios on this base to be impounded.
Yeah, he did.
I thought to myself, our fellows hitting Russian radar cover in 20 minutes, stopping all that stuff, I'd better tell you, because if they do, it'll cause a bit of a stink, huh?
Oh, he closes the door. This guy is dead.
Please sit down and turn that thing off.
Yeah, nuclear war should be
What about the plane?
never. Should just never happen in general.
Now, why don't you just take it easy, Group Captain? And please make me a drink of grain alcohol and rainwater.
Is he
and
attacking
help
them
yourself to
first?
whatever you'd like.
Maybe? You know, I was wondering why this scene feels so tense, and it's because he turned off the radio and it's just silence. As soon as that radio turned off, thousands of times more of tension just happened.
As an officer in Her Majesty's Air Force.
That's great English, Oliver.
Thing now, I'm the only person who knows the three-letter code group.
Then I must insist, sir, that you give them to me.
That menacing shot, you're looking up at him. Oh, there's the gun. I knew there was going to be a gun in play at some point.
There will be only one course of action open. Total commitment.
No, no, you don't want that though. He does, obviously.
I can no longer sit back and allow communist infiltration, communist indoctrination.
This man is paranoid.
All of our precious bodily fluids.
Look at the camera angle. The camera angle was tilted, like Dutch angle looking up. It made him look menacing, but it also made him look kind of out of his mind a little bit. While the British guy, it was just a normal camera shot, so he was kind of like the normal person in the room.
That the order called for the planes to attack their targets inside Russia.
Yeah, not a good thing.
That's right, sir. You are the only person authorized to do so.
Well, then how did he do it?
Knock out Washington and yourself, sir, as part of the general sneak attack, and escape retaliation because of lack of proper command and control.
Yeah. I understand what they're going for. It would not work, and it hasn't worked.
Once they fly beyond failsafe, they do not require a second order to proceed. They will continue until they reach their target.
Oh, no.
CRM 114 is designed not to receive at all, unless the message is preceded by the correct three-letter code group. Since there are 17,000 permutations.
It could take a while with no computers.
I have a portion of the transcript of that conversation if you'd like me to read it.
Read it.
Read it, please. Please is a word.
So let's get going. There's no other choice. God willing, we will prevail.
He wants to start a nuclear war. It literally, I don't understand him at all.
Of our natural...
How can Jack want to start a nuclear war? You know how many people are going to die?
I am becoming less and less interested in your estimates of what is possible and impossible.
The man just wants to eat gum and give you what he knows.
Bucky will be back there just as soon as he can. All right?
Yeah, not the time to call.
Don't forget to say your prayers.
Yeah, really, that might be your last.
And the base defended by base security troops.
Yeah.
Any force trying into there would certainly encounter very heavy casualties.
Yeah, everyone is going to shoot you if you try and invade it.
Defense team. My boys can brush them aside without too much trouble.
Oh, shut up. No, they can't.
We have done nothing further to suppress their retaliatory capabilities. We will suffer virtual annihilation.
Yeah, you will.
Prevail and suffer only modest and acceptable civilian casualties from the remaining force, which would be
modest and
badly
acceptable.
and uncoordinated.
Civilian casualties are acceptable.
General Turgison, I think I've heard quite sufficient from you. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, they have the ambassador waiting upstairs. Oh, good. Any difficulty?
Oh, I hate, like what the guy's saying, what the general's saying is really gross. Like, just 10 million people dead, whatever. But at the same time, in war, there are going to be casualties. So I do know where he's coming from, but it's just, like, feels gross to say.
Combination Russian phrase book and Bible. $100.
How do you even read that? Imagine if you need glasses. You would never be able to read that.
9 packs of chewing gum.
Why is gum in the survival bag? You do not need that.
Yes, Mr. President, I formally request that you have a signal approval. I'm sorry,
Mr. President, I think they're trying the number.
It's amazing how much hate there is between these two.
This is outrageous. I have never heard of such behavior in the war room before.
Mr. President, I think they're getting him on the line.
Yeah, just speak to each other and be like, hey, look, so we have some nukes heading your way. It was an accident. We're going to try and clear it up. Just please don't be angry if they explode. These are American soldiers, right? They're just killing themselves. That's actually kind of epic. Agreed.
Yes. Fine, I can hear you now, Dmitri.
He's
Clear.
addicted to gum.
Both coming through fine. Good. Well, it's good that you're fine and I'm fine.
Get to the point, President, Mr. Megamind looking man.
To attack your country. Well, let me finish, Dmitri.
This is not good. This is not very good.
Why do you think I'm calling you? Just to say hello?
Just
Dmitri, I'm just calling up to tell you something terrible has happened. It's a friendly call. Of course it's a friendly call.
I love Dimitri. Would be friends with him in real life.
If you're unable to recall the planes, then I'd say that,
You gotta shoot them down.
I am as sorry as you are, Dimitri. Don't say that you're more sorry than I am, because I'm capable of being just as sorry as you are.
This does not matter. This does not matter right now, guys.
Товарищ председатель, говорит Десадский. Да?
Oh, that's not a good look.
Mad fools. What's happening? The Doomsday Machine.
Oh no. The thing in the Arctic? Literally end of world device. The biggest nuclear bomb you've ever seen.
Have you ever seen a commie drink a glass of water?
Well, yeah,
All these conspiracies.
yes. I can't quite see what you're getting at, Jack.
He's paranoid.
Why do you realize that 70% of you is water?
But 70% of a communist is vodka.
Well, it did occur to me, Jack, yes.
Have you ever heard of a thing called fluoridation? Fluoridation of water
Oh my god, this man is literally a conspiracy theorist.
is the most monstrously conceived and dangerous communist plot we have ever had to face.
Oh my god. This man needs to calm himself down. Oh, that is not a golf club. That is a giant bazooka looking gun.
On, shot off.
Mandrake, come over here. The redcoats are coming. Come on.
When it is better.
He is the embodiment of a conspiracy theorist, like someone who just will believe everything to the point where they'll do something drastic.
Attempt is ever made to untrigger it
Automatically.
It's an obvious commie trick, Mr. President. We're wasting valuable time.
So if they get attacked, the Doomsday thing explodes. They kill everyone.
Our source was the New York Times.
Dr. Strangelove, do we have anything like that in the works?
A moment.
Hey, the titular character.
Nuclear power. It requires only the will to do so.
So yes, it is.
Human meddling. The Doomsday Machine is terrifying. It's simple to understand and completely credible and convincing.
Yeah, I am convinced.
What kind of a name is that? That ain't no crowd name, is it, Stanley?
Yeah, I was thinking that myself.
It used to be McVectic
Strange love, easier to say.
As you know, the Premier loves surprises.
They ruined the surprise of the Doomsday device. They probably had like a whole celebration centered around it. Some of these shots though are really impressive.
Don't you think we'd be better off in some other part of the room away from all this flying glass?
No, we're okay here.
This man is going to die of a heart attack.
I first became aware of it, Mandrake, during the physical act of love. Yes,
And he was just making love and then he's like... Must be the water.
Yes.
I love these like really quiet conversations that Mandrake and Jack are having, and then it's just chaos outside. I love the sound design for the conversations.
Those boys were like my children, Mandrake. Now they let me down.
No, Jack.
He's gonna do something rash.
Jack, supposing a bit of water has gone off, eh? And certainly one can never be too sure about those sort of things, but you look at me now.
That shot is so menacing. I hate this shot.
We'll fight them together, boy, like we did just now on the floor, eh? You with your gun, and me with the belt and the ammo, feeding you, Jack. Feed me, you said, and I was feeding you, Jack.
This guy is actually scared for his life. I'm scared for my life.
And, you're gonna have a little wash and brush up, are you? What a good idea. Always did wonders for a man, that, Jack. A little wash and brush up, water on the back of the neck.
Is he gonna kill himself?
With it, Jack, boy. I'll try and guess what the code is.
Yeah, that was just bound to happen. What a really good moment. I mean, obviously really sad and brutal and stuff, but also like the way it was shot, gorgeous.
Looks like a missile tracking us.
Interesting. Wow, that was really cool.
Range 30 miles. Missile still closing true and steady.
This movie is so tense.
Maximum scan. Range 10 miles.
No!
Missile deflecting. Continue evasive action.
Oh, it's moving away.
Missile still deflecting, range 4 miles.
The missile's just faking them out, you know? It's gonna come back around. So it must have exploded. It was exploded pretty close to them then, but it didn't explode on them. It kind of scared me. I thought they weren't gonna get hit at all. Guys are a little close to the land there. Ah, they're safe. They're safe. That was so intense. This movie is so intense sometimes. What the heck? Hello. Hello there. General Kenobi.
Got any witnesses?
Witnesses? What are you talking about, witnesses? He shot himself.
Well, he was shaving, huh?
Oh my god, he didn't shoot him, I promise. Watch this movie and you'll find out.
Lessons, EOP, OP, it's one of those.
Put your hands up on top of your head. Start walking.
Listen to this guy. They're pretty low to the ground, hey? You gotta elevate yourselves.
CRM 114. I think the auto-destruct mechanism got hit and blew itself up.
Oh, okay, so it's just impossible to auto-destruct.
The radio is gone and we're leaking fuel. If we was flying any lower, why we need sleigh bells on this thing.
I think General Ripper found out about your preversion and that you were organizing some kind of mutiny of preverts. Now move!
What? No.
I don't know
What?
The court of inquiry on this will give you such a pranging. You'll be lucky if you end up wearing the uniform of a bloody toilet attendant.
Oh, Mandrake's got the words, got the vocab.
Okay, go ahead. Try and get the President of the United States on the phone.
What's his number?
They won't accept the call. Have you got 55 cents?
Well, you don't think I'd go into combat with loose change in my pocket, do you?
Yeah, I wouldn't have to keep it all at home in my piggy bank.
Oh, blast.
Why are they making him pay? Just let him talk to the president. This is life or death.
But if you don't get the President of the United States on that phone, you know what's going to happen to you?
What?
You're going to have to answer to the Coca-Cola Company.
You don't want to answer to the Coca-Cola Company.
By elements of the 843 bomb wing. These are the details.
Okay, so the code worked. The code worked. Oh, sigh of relief from the president.
Destroyed by enemy action.
But is that it? No, it can't be it.
We have heard the wings of the angel of death fluttering over our heads from the Valley of Fear.
Dr. Strangelove. For a movie called Dr. Strangelove, he's barely been in it.
Premier Kissoff's calling again, and he's hopping mad.
Oh no. Is there still one plane? Oh my god. Oh my god. Because the thing got destroyed. Ooh, this is bad.
He says, according to information forwarded by our air staffs, it's headed for the missile complex at Laputa.
It's because their systems are destroyed. It's not their fault.
That's impossible, Mr. Red. I mean, look at the big board. 34 planes.
Look at the big board. It doesn't matter.
He says their air defense now only claims 3 aircraft confirmed. The 4th may only be damaged.
Mr. President.
I love this guy so much, this general.
They're going, and I'm sure your entire air defense can stop a single plane.
Look at this guy's face.
I'm just worried, that's all. Now look, if our air staff say it's primary...
His face is getting me. Look at it. The nod.
2 sectors and you can't miss.
Yeah. Just nuke the sector, you know?
It's the nearest target opportunity.
Oh, but now they're gonna go to a different target, and so, oh no, this is just not good.
Oh, we'll keep our fingers crossed, Dimitri, and remember, there's just one thing, we are all in this together. We're right behind you, Dimitri. We're with you.
We're all in this together.
General Turgidson, is there really a chance for that plane to get through?
Yeah.
Peons to understand a machine like some of our boys, and that's not meant as an insult, Mr. Ambassador. I mean, you take your...
Yeah, it is meant as an insult.
Yeah, but has he got a chance?
Has he got a chance? Hell,
Yeah. I love that. He was going like crazy, like excited almost, and then he was just like, oh my god, he does got a chance.
Grid to target orange.
Roger, ready for final bomb run check. Take over, AC.
I love how crazily the plane looks like it's flying when it's on like these projected screens or whatever. It's going like whee, like it's so wobbly. It's so fun.
Metric time and impact. Here's for ground burst. Delay factor yellow 3.
Don't.
Detonator set to 0 altitude.
Detonator set to 0 altitude.
I love these zooms in.
First safety release.
You don't got to. You can just unrelease it. It won't work. Yes, sir. Let's go. These bombs don't even want to explode. They know. Literally, this is the world telling you not to do this. James Earl Jones, don't.
Still negative, sir. The operating circuits are dead, sir.
Ah, yes, thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to get them doors open if it hairlips everybody on Bear Creek.
It's the dangerous stuff. You could fall at the bottom of the plane. Hi there, and dear John. Hi there is actually kind of disturbing written on that, you know? Like such a friendly statement is gonna kill millions of people. Just casually riding a nuclear bomb. Oh my god, this is that movie where a guy's riding on the top of a nuclear bomb. I knew that was a thing. I didn't think it was this movie though. I just know of that scene. I've never seen the scene before.
Target distance 6 miles. Roger, 6 miles. Pulse ID.
You guys could just turn away right now. Yeah, I would be sweating as well.
Roger, 3 miles. Target in sight.
No. Just turn away. Oh my god. He's actually sitting on it. The man is a crazy dude. Look at this shot. This is epic. You know what? At least he died peacefully. Holy cow, though.
How long would you have to stay down there?
Well, let's see now.
93 years?
It would not be difficult, my Führer. Nuclear reactors could... I'm sorry, Mr. President.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he called him the Führer.
Bred and slaughtered. Quick survey would have to be made of all the available mine sites in the country.
Well, I would hate to have to decide who stays
Yeah.
open, who goes.
Yeah. You can't make that decision. You can't be doing that anymore, mister.
Grief-stricken and anguished that they, well, envy the dead and not...
His arm has a mind of its own. This guy looks like he's trying not to laugh.
For their sexual characteristics, which will have to be of a highly stimulating nature.
This is so gross. Everything that is said right now is so gross.
Imagine that these new developments are going to cause any change in Soviet expansionist policy. I mean, we must be...
What's in your boot?
...to prevent them from taking over other mine shaft space in order to...
Is this a bomb? What is this? Imagine how scary this movie would be in the time. You're scared for your life of a nuclear attack, and this movie ends in nuclear destruction. This would be terrifying. Wow. It exploded like a sun. And this song, like this happy song over destruction, like this is chills. I cannot believe that everyone died. I cannot believe that the world ended. But yeah, that is my reaction to Doctor Strange Love, the 1964 war comedy starring Peter Sellers, George C. Scott, Slim Pickens. That's actually such a good name, you know, Slim Pickens. Ah, honey, there's Slim Pickens on the table tonight. Sterling Hayden and James Earl Jones. That movie was so good. The tension in that movie was amazing. But the thing that I found the most interesting was that movie feels like a warning. This movie feels like a warning, or at least in the time period that it came out in, it feels like a warning to America, to Soviet Union, to the world about what could happen if nuclear war unfolds. And in the description on Google, I found this very interesting, that it's a film about what could happen if the wrong button, or it's a film about what could happen if the wrong person pushed the wrong button. And that is very true. You know, Jack the Ripper, which I think is a really fun name, is Jack the Ripper, but Jack the Ripper is a famous serial killer, you know, in England or something like that. And I think that was a really funny name for his character because he is basically a serial killer. He is a mass murderer, genocidal man in this because he kills the whole world, basically. But yeah, I really liked that it ended on such a somber note, and I can just imagine, well, I can't even imagine, but I'm just trying to imagine what it must have been like to see this in the movie theaters or something. 1964, almost the height of the Cold War. You're deep into the Cold War, at least. You're afraid of the Soviet Union. You're afraid of communism, of communists, and you watch this movie and the war unfolds, the nuclear bombs explode. I cannot imagine how scary the ending of this movie must have been, and it was scary for me. And I live in an era where nuclear war is possible, but it's not as probable as it was in the 60s or the 70s, you know? So, I don't know, it's just kind of getting me, like, how scary this ending must have been at the time, and how much of a warning this film is. Another thing that I was really interested in was why this movie was called Doctor Strangelove, because Doctor Strangelove is an amazing character in this. He's really cool and everything, but he's not in the movie for much. He probably has about 10 minutes of screen time for the entire thing, and of course he sells it. That guy playing Doctor Strangelove is absolutely incredible, and when he's on screen, he is on screen. You know, he's giving it his all, and he was wonderful to watch. But he's not in the movie that often, so I was wondering why it was called Doctor Strangelove, and I'm reading here that Kubrick chose Doctor Strangelove as the title for the movie because his character symbolized the scientific progress that resulted in the creation of the atomic bomb the most. And I can see that as well. You know, the creation of the atomic bomb was created by, I'm pretty sure, German scientists that came over from Germany to America during World War II. I'm pretty sure that is how it kind of went. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what happened. And this guy, Dr. Strangelove, was a German scientist. It looked like it at least, he came over from World War II to America to help America work on weapons and just defenses in general and stuff. And so it kind of makes sense now why this movie is called Doctor Strangelove. But yeah, getting into the reviews of this movie, 8.4 out of 10 and 98% Rotten Tomatoes. So it seems like everyone likes this movie, and I can agree as well. This movie, it really balanced the comedy aspect with the really dark and kind of terrible subject matter, I guess. The subject matter of war, of mutually assured destruction, of mass destruction, of genocide, of millions and millions, if not billions of people dying. And it really balanced it very well with comedy. Now, did I find this movie insanely comedic? No, but I thought that there were definitely a lot of funny moments, and there was a lot of kind of levity within this movie, especially when we were with Jack the Ripper. The way that he was kind of conspiring against communists, against Russia, against the Soviet Union was very funny and was very comedic, and of course was played, at least in my opinion, was played just to show how crazy kind of people were getting. Because I'm sure at the time, I know that like the is it fluoride? Is that what it was? I know that there was like this whole conspiracy, and there sort of still is this conspiracy. Some people may still believe this, that fluoride is getting into the water, that the American government or that the Soviet government or whatever is putting chemicals in the water supply, in food maybe, or something like that, in farms to kind of control people. And the movie was just kind of getting at how crazy these theories are. And then when Mandrake, was that his name? When he was like, where did you hear of these theories? Jack the Ripper's like, oh, you know, I just thought of it while making love. It's like, how crazy is that? You know, like, how can a rational person just come up with this theory and then wage war over it, you know? And I feel like people were in 1964 maybe were even getting to this point of really starting to believe these crazy conspiracies and really almost rallying to total warfare because of them. So, of course, I'm no expert in 1964 lifestyle or anything, or even just Cold War lifestyle in general, but I have heard of these conspiracies before, and I feel like they were very, very big at the time, so it was kind of cool to see the movie touch on these conspiracies in a funny way that still felt real. Also, I loved the moment, and I know this is like the moment of the movie, but when the guy is on the bomb and he has a cowboy hat on and he's falling down, that shot was incredible. And he's going, yeah, like the most American thing I've ever seen in a movie. This cowboy on a nuclear bomb falling down. I've never seen anything more American, waving his cowboy hat in the air. But it was such a... first of all, it was funny. It was funny even though the whole world was about to be destroyed in that one moment, which I thought was interesting. It was like this levity. It was actually really, really strange how that scene played out, because that scene was super tense. I haven't been in a sequence that tense in a long time in a film. I was on the edge of my seat. Whatever I said in that sequence, it has been obliterated from my mind, Harry Potter reference there, because like I was just like so in the moment. So whatever I said, I don't even remember. I could have been like, oh, I love going to Jupiter and being friends with like Jupiter monkeys and wombats. You know, I could have said that and I wouldn't have realized it. But I thought it was really interesting because just how tense the situation was, and then the moment of levity, that moment where everything goes wrong, with that moment that you didn't want to happen. You're rooting for the bomb not to explode. And the moment that the bomb starts falling out of the plane, the moment you know that the world is about to be destroyed, the moment you know the Soviet Union is going to retaliate after this and everything is basically lost, the Doomsday device may explode, is the moment of levity. You feel the tension release. You kind of, for me at least, I almost calmed down. And I think it's because of the comedic timing of the moment, the way that the guy woohoo on the bomb and stuff. It was just kind of this funny moment, this really almost surreal moment, like, and I feel like maybe the surreal moment is actually part of the sequence, you know, the bomb dropping. It is a very surreal moment. You're exterminating most of the planet with this one bomb drop. It is a surreal moment, and I think the idea to put comedy into it kind of implements the aftermath even more and kind of makes the aftermath feel even more impactful than if it wasn't played for comedic purposes at the time, you know, because it's like super tense. What did I say there? Super tense, a little bit of levity because of this comedic guy riding a bomb, and then there's just a silence of the light, and then you hear the explosion, and then everything is just gone, you know? And I think that is really good filmmaking because it makes you breathe for a second. It makes you go, oh, okay, this is kind of funny, you know? Like, haha, funny, this guy's running a bomb. Maybe everything could be okay, but everything's about to be destroyed. So obviously, like, in your mind, you know. And then the impact hits, and when the impact hits, impact hits you as well. And that's what I found was really effective with the ending of this film, because I will be thinking about the ending of this film and the world being destroyed for a long time. And I'm sure people who watch this movie for the first time when this movie came out probably are still affected by the ending of this movie, or at least were affected by this movie, the ending of this movie, for a really, really long time. Also, I'm just going to get into the shots really quickly. Stanley Kubrick, everyone knows, is a master of shot composition, shots and stuff, but his, I guess, filmmaking in this was absolutely incredible. I loved what he did with Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper was my favorite characters just because of how interesting everything around him was, not necessarily because of him. I hated him, but everything around him, and especially the shots with him, I thought were incredible. When you first see him and you get this like under the chin look and you know something is wrong, and then like a second or two of shots later, the shot is kind of in this Dutch angle and is kind of looking up at him, and he looks really menacing, but he's also off kilter. There's something a little bit off with him, aka the Dutch angle. And then you go back to Mandrake, or Mandrake, I think it was Mandrake, the British officer, and it's just a normal shot, you know, it's just this head level shot. You're not looking up, you're not looking down, you're looking straight ahead. There's no Dutch angle, it's just a completely normal shot. And you cut back to Jack the Ripper, And again, Dutch angle, looking down, like looking up at him like he's this kind of overlord menacing figure. And I thought that that was some really good shot composition to tell you what's going to happen with these two characters and who these two characters are without saying it, you know, show, don't tell. Also, the battle sequences I thought were great when the people were invading the base. I thought that was a really cool battle sequence, I guess. It was really well filmed, you know, like almost like found footage, like camera shaking in the battlefield, almost like someone's there recording this actual battle in real life. I thought that was really interesting. And then the plane sequences as well were incredible. The use of the space in the plane sequences to create tension, because it's such a close quartered space, you can kind of, it makes the audience feel very constrained, and I thought the use of that was really good. And then also just the way they filmed the plane on the backgrounds, like obviously, yes, it did look fake, but they filmed it in like very, very well. It looked very good, especially for the time, but they didn't make it feel fake enough where I was put out of the scene, you know, even though it looked sort of like a model flying and the plane was like going like, you know, like really, really shaking, where a real plane would not do that. I was still never drawn out of the sequence, so I thought they did a really good job with those shots as well. And I don't know if I'm going to be going, this may be the first time I ever do this, but I don't know if I'm going to be going over the, there's a hair on my camera, so strange. Anyways, oh, it's still there. What a weird day this is. Oh, okay. Look at that, look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but there is a big hair on my camera. Oh, it must be one of my hairs. I don't really know how it got there, but this might be the first time that I do this, but I'm not going to go over the whole cast, because every single actor in this movie did an incredible job, and it would be a shame to just mention a few of them. So I'm just going to be generally mentioning all of them, kind of highlights of the people that I like the most, but every single performance in this movie was outstanding. Every actor gave it their all. Of course, the old men in the boardroom who didn't say anything, whatever, you know, but every single character with a spoken line of dialogue, every single one that we get a close-up on, did an amazing job. Some of the acting was incredible, and the acting really, really brought the movie to life, you know, like the visuals, the storytelling, obviously that has a big part to play, but the acting really solidified it as an amazing film. But yeah, I thought everyone in the plane did amazing. They did a really good job under all these really tense situations in this close quartered area. They made the whole sequence feel tense, especially that one guy who was calling out like 5 miles, 4 miles, 3 miles, target in sight, 2 miles, you know, stuff like that. They just did a really good job there, and they felt very American as well, which was really cool. They just felt like if I ever saw them, didn't know where they were from, I'd be like, American, obviously, even if I didn't see the cowboy hat. Pretend he didn't have the cowboy hat on, I'd still be like, definitely American. I thought the guy who played the president was great. I thought the guy who played Dr. Strangelove was amazing, but I think my favorite character was George C. Scott as the general. I think it was like Buck or something, General Buck. He was absolutely phenomenal. He was so good. The look that he had on his face while the president knew that the bomb had gone off and stuff, and the look of like disbelief and like shock that was on his face made me laugh. It was just like his facial expressions, the amount of gum that he had was just perfect. Like he really made the movie super interesting when it was going to the war room scenes, because honestly those were the scenes that I wanted to see the least. Everything else I thought was super interesting, but the war room scenes I thought were the most boring of them all. But General Buck really made them interesting whenever he talked in them. And yeah, I think that is it for my review. I could probably talk about this movie for a long time, but I'm really just soaking up the ending right now, and the ending has kind of put me in a state of shock, and that I just need to think about it, I guess, because I'm actually in shock that the whole world ended. It's kind of like Terminator 3, you know? I'm kind of in the same amount of shock that I was in Terminator 3, except this one feels more real. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot, and I absolutely adored this movie. And if there are any other Stanley Kubrick movies that you would like me to check out, please do let me know in the comments down below. I can't guarantee that I'll watch them, but I really do want to check them out. So thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.